Hey, what's up? I'm Joel Madden, and this is Artist Friendly. On this episode, I'm talking with 5-time Grammy-winning artist and songwriter Brandon Lake. Let's go.
Smoking on piff, that's my kind. I don't want no bad times. I don't want to have bad.
I actually just hired a performance coach, health coach, and he's like changed my life.
Is it like a longevity coach? Or
yeah,
is it
kind of. It's like mental, spiritual, physical, emotional. And really, I was just hiring him to get more healthy physically. And my wife went through a bunch of stuff. And so just trying to get our guts right, all that. But then me touring a ton now. I hated coming home from like 4 shows in a row, because we usually do the weekends, then go home for like 2 days and be with the family. And I hated after that 4th show. I've just always felt like death. And it'd take me 2 days to like feel like I was somewhat, normal again. And so he'll be traveling with me on the road. And so it's changed my diet, nutrition, got me doing pretty consistent workouts. And it's hard for me to lose fat, but I can like
put muscle on.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. Got that buffy
If I put
build.
muscle on, it makes the fat I have look a little better.
I still have the electric eel though, or the inner tube just around the waist.
Me too.
It's just like impossible to get rid of unless you eat kale.
And the older you get, the harder it gets. But I'm 46 and I'm on meal delivery and it works.
Yeah.
I've definitely like changed over the last year my body composition. Put on more muscle and lost more fat. But I just had to submit myself to that. Like, okay, I do meal delivery and I have 1 or 2 meals a week that are off the plan. And that's it.
Right.
And I found a good flow with it.
I'm curious if you I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm actually wanting to be more like big than that slender rock and roll, the people I looked up to, just
skinny
that
rocker thing.
Yeah. And I'm also very curious if at one point we were both rocking girls' jeans. I remember when I got into punk rock, I was like wearing American Eagle girl jeans. Size 4.
Okay. I would say I never really could pull the real skinny jeans off, but I always wore like, this is as baggy as I get.
Right. Yeah.
So this is actually baggy for me.
Same. These are the baggiest pants I have.
Right.
And they're probably more just like fitted.
Those are great. Are those suede?
They are.
Wow. Yeah. You're a really finely dressed man.
Oh, thank you.
I like your boots too.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Very cool.
Thanks. High praise.
But
Joel.
yeah, so early days, tighter the jeans. I'm trying to think if I did, maybe I once or twice pulled off the like skinny jeans.
Right.
But for the most part, I was always wearing pretty straight legged, not baggy, but not too tight.
Well, no, that's great. Cause then you can look back at,
Like
at
Dickies
videos
were always,
and photos and not be like, what the heck was I?
But my hair is a different story.
I saw
and the eyeliner,
the pink cheetah. Pink cheetah print.
My brother.
Hair.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
That was my twin brother.
I passed by a photo and was like, God, that's so cool.
I definitely had hair at moments, like emo hair. And I had eyeliner and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Guy liner.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't. But I don't feel the
Captain
need.
Jack Sparrow look.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to do it anymore, but I definitely did it.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to be that twig, and now I'm like, actually kind of enjoy looking like a man now. Yeah. Hopefully.
And well, strength is directly related to longevity. So I've learned like I actually want real strength. So the weightlifting, the benefit is the muscles look better,
right?
But also just real strength,
being stronger.
Like when I get new levels of my like bench press or whatever different thing I'm doing, because I work with a trainer, I feel really like awesome. Accomplished.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think I have goals built that way to like conquer, take new mountains. We just bought a farm, and I learned very quickly as I started doing farm work that I was pretty weak. I'm still a big guy, but just
great
quite
way to build
weak.
Also, though,
I'm trying to get farm fit. Yeah, and that's a different kind of fit.
And your farm is in South Carolina?
It is. Yeah,
that's nice.
Charleston.
What a great city.
It's amazing.
I love that city.
Yeah.
When did you start doing music? Your whole life, or
started playing guitar? My dad taught me G, C, D, and E minor when I was 12 or 13. And I don't think YouTube was around quite yet. Took like a few lessons from some dude in town, and then kind of took it from there. And I grew up in the church, so like all I knew were like church songs, which were like the easiest ones to play. And so I learned those, then discovered YouTube, and then just like kind of took lessons on there. And actually, it was like something Tabs. I remember it was like the website to go to learn all these different songs.
Yeah.
And bought a Creed CD, first CD I ever bought, and then started learning all of those songs.
I
And
love Creed.
yeah, me too.
Do you still love them?
I still love
I
them.
still love them too.
So we actually, funny story, we sound check Higher.
Do you ever cover
I have those
it
lyrics
at the show?
tattooed on my thigh.
Oh, really?
Can you take me higher? On my upper thigh. But we did that song as a sound check, kind of as a joke, but kind of like we all love Creed,
Yeah.
you know? But like, and I'm singing it like
It's
Scott.
fun.
Because
But it's kind of like
so
it's
fun.
It's like almost like when you sing an Elvis song.
Exactly.
Like it's Elvis. You're not disrespecting Elvis.
No.
It's fun to like, there's something fun about his voice, the way he sings.
Exactly.
But also I like Creed. One of my main playlists is like 90s, all my favorite songs, Alice in Chains, Creed, all these different bands. And like, there's probably like 4 Creed songs on the playlist. I love them.
I just went back and listened to like the entire like Weathered record and was just like,
Have you
these
met him?
Songs. I just got to meet Scott. I texted it. Okay, so the story is we were doing that song as a sound check, and then my tattoo artist got a hold of a video that someone posted, and then he drew up a tattoo sheet.
Yeah, you're covered in
And
tattoos.
Pretty covered, running out of space.
Yeah.
And on our tattoo sheet, we do every tour that like we bless the crew and the band guys and just pay for all their tattoos and stuff. And so we get these little ones that are like attached to the tour or the
Great.
songs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he put, "Can you take me higher?" on there. And I was like, and it's actually, there's some other wild details to the story, but like, so I was like, somebody has to get that. And nobody volunteered as tribute. So I'm like, being the leader, I had to go first. And so I got that. So then at the last night of tour, they did a tour prank on me. So I'm out there and I'm in between 2 songs, and it's deeply spiritual and heavy. And it's like, you know, it's rock and roll, but it's like heavy. We're singing about some real stuff. You know? And so I'm like, you know, this next song, it's, you know, it's really talking. And I hear in my in-ears, "Let's go there." And I was like, oh,
Let's go there.
And then all of a sudden they go, "Jun, jun, 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 jun." And then I'm trying to give people context, right? So I'm like,
there.
so I go, if you watch the clip, it's the highest viewed Instagram video, like 18 million on my Instagram right now. And so I'm trying to give them context. So I'm like, oh, guys, it's the last night of tour, and it's a tour print. Let's go there, because I have to make the downbeat of it.
I bet people lost their minds.
Lost their mind.
Yeah.
And Scott was one of the first people to comment on there. Hadn't met.
Amazing.
Like, I shot him a DM maybe a few years ago, but he reached out. And so a few weeks later, I'm in Nashville. And so we had DM'd and I got his number. And I was like, "Hey, any chance you want to grab breakfast? Would just love to pick your brain and
Does
learn
he live
from
in
you."
Nashville?
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
So he was like,
love
"I
Nashville.
can't meet you where you're at, but you can come over for breakfast." And so went over and we talked for probably an hour or 2. And it was like absolutely incredible. Sweetest guy, just so much wisdom. And
Most musicians are sweet, man.
yeah, because
That's what I find.
we're emotional.
Yeah.
I'm tender.
And we all started from a sweet place, I think. And the
Yeah.
only reason I think people get anything other than like what I think most musicians are just want to like be friends and
Right.
hang out with other bands and make music is just the world.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. I feel like all I've ever still wanted was just like a clubhouse with all my bros.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like the way of creating that family, that community was through music,
Yeah.
garage bands that were absolute trash.
Yeah. That's what we started Good Charlotte in the garage and it was trash. And then we just kept trying and trying and trying. And, you know, it's 30 years now. It's crazy to think like, or almost 30 years, 29 years.
Wow.
So when you started playing, you were playing in the garage, but you were also where did your like brand of music? I'm careful to categorize music or like genreify it or label it,
That's my whole thing right now.
you know?
Yeah.
But I would say running through all your music, there's spiritual themes through everything. And there's
Yeah.
spiritual, religious. But what strikes me is when I listen to it, I don't know. There's a subtleness to it that doesn't feel like, It's hard to explain. I think you're one of the best people doing it, making music that you could call religious music. You could call it Christian music. You could call it spiritual music, or you could call it rock and roll.
Right. Yeah.
All those would work. You could say it's country. You could say it's rock. You could say it's a bunch of things. When you started making the music, was it 1 foot in the garage, 1 foot in church? Like, were you playing in church?
Well, first of all, I'll say you're saying all the things I want to hear, because I think that's where I'd love to see people move to, is to not so quickly label something.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love genres, but like, I think we also just get so stuck in labeling something and then not giving the same artist permission to like go this way or that way. And I've just never had one lane.
Yeah.
I think I bought into the lie early that I had to find a sound and then like which one was most successful with my voice, and travel down that road if I was ever going to be something outside of
make it.
If you're going to make it. And I've just not ever been able to do that, because one day I'm writing a song and it comes out like, we have a song on my new record that's like absolutely straight up rock and roll, like I'm yelling, you know, my face off. And then there's a song that's like super tender country, like make you cry song. And then there's a very melodic thing. And I guess like I'm a product of the people I've been surrounded by. And I've been surrounded by a lot of amazing voices and people with just different expressions and sonic expressions. And I think that because my parents taught me to be a sponge and take the gold from everyone around me, that somehow that is, even deeply subconsciously, I've adopted those things, and almost like a impersonator or whatever, you know, it's like, I think I've just tried to develop the skills to be able to do this thing and that thing. And I think ultimately to be able to like to minister to different people groups or different backgrounds and go, okay, this song might not speak to you, but like this might hit you where you're at. And so I'm thankful for that ability to be able to do that. But I grew up in the church, and when I wasn't playing in church, I was in the garage and I was listening to metal. And so me and my buddies were, you know, doing rock and roll and metal. But
what was it like in your house with like secular music?
Yeah, not much of it was allowed.
So metal was something you had to like...
No, there was a lot of Christian metal.
Okay.
Yeah. So luckily, bands... Well, I have a weird upbringing. So it was like Christian music. And then my parents let me watch CMT. So I would listen to a ton of country music. Okay. Well, it was like a lot of James
God's
Taylor
music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's right. And then me and my buddies, when we wanted to play music, it was like heavier stuff. And so I was going to shows, especially like in Myrtle Beach and Charleston, there was kind of like a hardcore scene. So I was going to Under Oath, Emery, Norma Jean.
I just had Spencer from Under Oath on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
He's cool.
You also had one of my favorite people that I've been following, PDUSA.
Oh, he's so funny. He's good.
Dude, he's so good.
His music is actually really good.
I really hope
because he's comedy, you don't think his music, you go, is it going to be jokey? It's actually just really good.
That one song, it's like, is it bad, or bad? I can't remember exactly what it is.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But it's, golly, it's, I feel like he has the ability to like kind of pioneer and do something fresh and new. Yeah. What was I talking about though? I just grew up on like a lot of heavy stuff.
I was just like getting a sense of like where your musical self developed, because you have a real, you have a real like powerful, unique personality in your music. Like you can feel when you listen to all your records. I went through everything.
Yeah.
And I like to go from record one all the way. I like to go on the journey of I like imagine an artist developing over every record, because we're always going to like reach for more, push for more. And like you have a real, like, I can hear you in it. Like it's you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think I'm not, I don't want to make these statements that sound like I'm summing it all up, because I'm not. But sometimes I feel like in like Christian music, there's like personality is lost. And I appreciate that they're probably more maybe mission driven by what they want to do with their music. But part of what makes pop music why people follow pop stars and rock stars is personality.
Yeah, you're like, you listen to a track and you're like, I trust that that's actually what they went
through. I can hear them like, And I think from my perspective, I grew up in the church. I wasn't allowed to listen to music growing up. I went the probably opposite of you. I wouldn't say I make devil music, but I would say that I like went the opposite way. I was very angry about it and I found my way. But all that being said, it was an exercise in artistic expression of like my first 18 years of life. It sounds to me like your parents are still together and they're my heroes. They're like a functional family unit.
Yeah.
Right. And they have these strong values, right? And faith is has always been a big part of your life.
Yeah.
And it sounds to me like they function really well.
Yeah.
Faith was a big part of our life, but my parents didn't function. And so we were kind of told one thing while they did other things, and then it all fell apart. And I think our experience with it was disappointment.
Yeah. Right.
Not to say I don't have faith, because I do actually. Yeah. I think a great challenge of finding your faith is going through all that and finding your way to.
I've got this line in this song with Jelly Roll that
I love that
song. Faith isn't proven like gold till it's been through the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like what is faith if you've not felt the fire?
Yeah.
You know, and it's refined over and over again. I think that testimony is probably the most powerful tool to reaching somebody. And like, because when you're singing your testimony, I think it breeds, with that vulnerability, it breeds trust with people. I think maybe in our space, that's where when the song doesn't sound real, but then you've got a lot of people listening that have looking at church and Christian music through a lens of disappointment. They're like, why would I? Why would I bother?
Yeah.
Like, that's not me. I can't trust that, you know? But if you really read the Bible, there are some crazy freaking stories that like these people that even God used went through fire after fire after fire. And man, I'm just trying to write songs like that one with Jelly. The whole reason why I even reached out to him is because I know he had a testimony he was not ashamed to share about.
Yeah, he's got such a good story.
And this song is like, it is a song of faith, but it's wrapped up in wrestle, you know? It's brutally honest. Like, I don't know, like, when's the last time you went to church and heard a song that opens up with like, I don't always feel it.
Yeah.
But dang, that's when I need it the most.
Yeah.
And when he heard that, he was like, dude, this sounds like a song for sinners like me. That's what he called it.
Yeah.
Like, this is a song for sinners, man. This ain't Christians. Like, this is like a real Christians, like a real, like, and
I think
for people
Jelly
like
Roll's
me,
the best kind of Christian there is.
because he's so honest. And the truth is, like, he's no different than the rest of us Christians. It's just that he's really honest about where he doesn't have it all together, where he's still figuring it out, you know? And
he's transforming.
I love, like, I'd asked him, or in this interview, he'd been asked, he was like, what do you wish you had heard from the church years and years ago that might have kept you a little closer? And he's like, man, I just would have, or what do you wish you could have gotten? He's like, I just wish they would have given me more patience, more grace and more patience to, like, I haven't had a Saul to Paul moment where it happened in a flash and I'm a completely different person. He's like, I've got the biggest part right. I believe Jesus is the Son of God, was raised from the dead, but man, there's some other things I'm still trying to figure out. I think that honesty is really beautiful because we're all on a journey and we all have our sin. We all have our stuff that we're trying to figure out, you know? And the truth is, it's like, it's not even about this like destination.
No.
And so that's why I'm trying to write songs that like meet people on the journey, because the journey is the prize. Like, he's the prize, the relationship, just like your relationship with your spouse. It's like, there is no final destination point. It's the journey. It's like, how do we experience the best relationship today?
Yeah.
Like, how can I serve you? How can I love you best today? And then when tomorrow comes, I'm asking the same question. How do I sacrifice today? And I think a lot of people are looking at Christian music and go, I can't get there.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, no,
it feels,
dude,
it feels unattainable.
I think so.
The holiness, the perfection, it feels out of reach for people, I think.
Yeah.
What I always say is, I think that my faith in God is also, and I don't share a lot about my faith in God. I would say sometimes I do, but it's very personal. But I also feel like I want to be articulate and I want to be respectful of everyone listening, and that wherever they are on their own path, they might not have any, they might not be, and I don't look at them any different than I look at myself.
Right.
But I think transforming ourselves is part of like trying to live up to our highest potential. We were created to be these like amazing, And then you see people accomplish amazing things, and that's proof of what our potential is.
Yeah.
And that we are all individually supposed to reach for our highest potential and not be conflicted about wanting to achieve and wanting more out of life, you know?
I think if you were to ask that person that has achieved this amazing thing, though, like what's really going on day to day, you'd be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we're in the same exact place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think even that is like, I do believe we were made to be amazing people and do incredible things. But the moment, I think most of life is the valley with these little mountaintop experiences along the way.
Right.
And we look at Instagram or we look at someone else's life and
all
we
we're
go,
seeing is
mountaintop, the peak,
Yeah.
the peak,
Yeah,
the peak.
yeah.
And
I
it's
agree
like,
with you.
dude, if you were to ask and be like, what was yesterday like? Or honestly, the moment you hit that peak, I love to ask that person, what did the next day look like? Because I've had some peaks and I've tried to be honest about it. The very next day or the very next week, I'm fighting for my life mentally.
Yeah.
You know, I had a full on, my first panic attack, never experienced anxiety or depression ever in my life until my first tour.
Yeah.
Came home, went to Disney World, was supposed to be heaven. I went straight to hell. I was like, this is the worst place. I have no time to decompress with my wife and like explain what just happened and all these dreams coming true. And I went to a really, really dark place because I don't think we were meant to stay on that mountain. But my body was going, where's the adrenaline? But where is that? Like, how do I keep up this mountaintop feeling? And you can't. Like, even very like physiologically, is that the right word?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm from South Carolina, so I don't know if that's the way.
Physiological sounds right.
You can't do that. You literally get adrenaline fatigue. And then when you do that, it
burn
attacks
out.
your mental and your emotional management system. And so I had a full on like freak out.
Yeah, your nervous system gets shot.
Right.
I mean, I have the same experience in growing up, you know, poor and kind of left out, and then having success in music and getting all the things.
Yeah.
So money, fame, oh, you're special, oh, you're important, or you're this or you're that. And at first, you're just kind of told everything's great. Like all of it, you're supposed to want it all, and you're supposed to,
Yeah.
and you think it's like you hit a lottery. You're like, whoa, how's this happening to me? And you know, if anything, you're just like, you want to be grateful and you don't want to mess it up, and you want to make everyone happy, and you want to thank everyone, and you want to be, but then it's twisted because on the other side of like 8, 9, 10 years of that ride, we got off. We were like, we're done. We need, and we didn't break up. We've been in the same guys in the band since high school, but we were like, this is not good.
Yeah.
I'm never going to have a real family, a real life, a real purpose, I'm not going to, if I'm just on this perpetual hamster wheel of chasing hits and fame and tours and this and that, they get less and less meaning.
Yeah.
Because you realize that, I don't want to say it's worthless, because I appreciate everything we did as a band and that we're still doing, but you find a balance of like, putting it all in perspective and go like, no, that's my job. I go and I do it and I love it and I give my all. And I met my wife. We've been together 18 or 19 years.
Congrats.
We wouldn't still be together if I didn't choose this over that.
Yep. Yeah.
And so you have this.
Right. I think it's like about redefining success. And I had to do that after that moment. I had to realize, and I'm still doing it. The moment I get another number one or something like that,
you'll still be doing it all the way. You'll always be doing it.
And I'm going home, and we have a 2-year-old. So really, when this was happening, I was like, Lord, how do I celebrate a number one? How do I celebrate changing a diaper as much as getting a number one and being like, this is what I was made for? Like, and honestly, if I can say, like, I think God honors the way, first and foremost, I treat my family, because it's my first ministry, way more than like how I'm treating fans or treating my career. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is what I've been entrusted with. This comes first. And I've recently even made some shifts to where there's a reason why we tour only on the weekends, is so I can be with my family. We we very early on, I figured out like about 9 days away is like our absolute limit.
That's such a good limit to figure out.
Yeah.
You got to know your limits.
It's not worth it, dude. When the wife's freaking out at home.
We did the same thing. We were like, okay. And it actually gets less the longer you're together. Right. You think it'll go.
I thought the same thing.
It gets less.
Yeah.
Like now our limit is like 3 days.
3 days.
We're like, whoa.
Yeah, you really start to feel it.
So how do we make these decisions together?
Yeah.
And because we always say when work comes for her, she works too. So
right.
We both have careers and we have our kids, but they're teenagers now. So we have some more time than we did.
Yeah.
But we always say like, is it going to make us more married or less married?
Yeah.
And that's always how we measure whatever we choose.
That's so good.
And we say no to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But
that's the hardest part.
It's worth it though.
It is.
I can say for 18 years in,
man, proud of you. That's insane.
It's awesome. Biggest accomplishment of my life, I think.
Yeah.
Is my wife and kids. And
so
then
good.
It makes everything else feel like icing. But I do believe like people, I would say men, we have to work, but people, like we have to work. We have to do something with our hands.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And I've found like we kind of made a sacrifice this year where I came off of a tour. I was pretty burnt out. And my wife had been telling me, she's like, you need time off. Like we need time off. And I really sought the Lord on it. And I was like, okay, God, are you telling me I need to like chill out, you know? And I called Brittany like my second Holy Spirit, you know, she's like, hey, she has high discernment. She's like, I really think you need to press pause.
Yeah, she's got like a good like intuition.
100%.
Right, she's tapped in.
She knows me better than I know myself. And so I was like, okay, we're going to make the hard decision to take 8 months off before the tour I had set up for the next year, which is coming up this summer. And then I've got my next tour, King of Hearts tour, with my record coming out. And I had to make this record too during that 8 months. And man, what I saw happen because I chose my family is opportunities came that I could not have said yes to had I done another tour.
The right ones.
The right ones.
That's amazing, man.
Like Hard Fought Hallelujah with Jelly Roll wouldn't have existed.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Crazy. Like, honestly, me sitting here today, this probably wouldn't have happened. Like, literally, I'd be like on tour right now.
I was stoked you were coming.
I'm honored, man.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
I think you're this like new breed.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? Like things evolve and they come and they do it better. And then they do it better and they learn and they, especially in Christian music, there needs to be a modern example of a real person living a real life, making real music that is holding your values as a person. Your faith is your highest value.
Right.
Right. And you hold that up like with a banner.
Yeah.
And
that's my third son's name, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a great name.
Yeah, it's a cool name.
I feel like it deserves to be seen in a modern world where you're a real person living a real life, sharing a perspective that needs to be shared and not categorized and dismissed by anyone for being labeled. Yeah. Whereas like actually more people will relate to you. More people have faith than don't. They're just trying to figure out their own path. And they've also been beat up by the world and given bad examples and given unrealistic kind of examples versus real people sharing real lives, real stories through music. And then you're not saying you can only come to my show.
Oh, heck no.
You know what I mean? You're saying,
honestly, dude, if I can be honest, it's great if Christians show up.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, I want people who are struggling, who are addicted to something, their marriage is on the rocks. Like,
that's what I feel.
That's who I want to show up because that's who I was made to reach. That's who Jesus came for. It's not for I'm going to use a really churchy word that makes me cringe, but like edifying the saints, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's people for that and there's music for that. And even some of my songs can do that. But like someone recently just said to me, and I feel like it's become my mission statement and will always be, but especially right now, I feel like it's what God's doing. And he looked at me, he goes, Brandon, stay in the church, but never stop moving towards the lost. Like that's who needs this music. Like that's who needs your story. That's who needs, and that's who I want to show up these shows. Everyone, literally everyone. And it might be like, I'm not trying to convert anybody overnight. Like people have been coming to these shows and going, you know what? If this is the Jesus if this is real and the way you're communicating it and not this religion, but this relationship, I can do that. I want that. This guy who created me wants the best for me. And yeah, it might saying no to some things, but yes to these things, but like, I can do that. I'm trying to minister to my own brother. Like, and that's what I feel I'm called to do. And so I'm just trying to be super vulnerable and honest. And
I just think you're being authentic. That's what I see is I just go, oh, on this show, I want authenticity.
Yeah.
I want people to come and share so we can actually get a sense of this person.
Right.
Right. Because we're real people.
Yeah.
And I could sell you on an idea of me, but then you sit with me. We either can talk or we can't.
Yeah. Right.
Right. And in entertainment, it gets lost. I think entertainers become these untouchable, weird kind of symbols, and they're not. They're people.
One of my dreams would be that like I wouldn't be the guy that the world that's not the end goal, that all the world would know who I am, not just my subgenre. But I pray that like because of who I'm surrounding myself with, and like one of my goals is to help develop 10 more Brandons
Right.
in the next like 10, 20, 30 years.
Right.
You know, and
Help
then
more
maybe
people.
they do something that I wasn't able to do, you know?
Would you say that you said that your church is a big church?
Yeah.
Like a large church. How many people would you say is there?
Oh gosh, we have 14 campuses, but
wow.
the main campus that I usually am there like Easter and Christmas right now because I'm traveling a ton.
Right.
It seats 2,600 people
Oh,
in
so
the auditorium for one service.
It's a big service.
Yeah,
Would you say that foundationally like helped your music when you started?
absolutely.
Were you playing at church and stuff?
Yeah, I grew up playing in church. I just thought the kid playing like in the band was like super cool. I'm like, I want to be like Will. And he played like he played a BC Rich, like the real jaggedy one or whatever.
Yeah.
So like my first guitar I ever bought was Ibanez Destroyer.
Yeah.
But I'm playing like worship songs on Ibanez Destroyer. It just looks hilarious. And so, I just innocently just got into it because I'm like,
That's cool.
that kid's cool. And then like maybe I could get a girlfriend if I play guitar,
Yeah.
That's kind of how I landed my wife. So it worked out. But
Me too.
then I got forced into singing. They needed somebody to start singing. And
you're like, oh, I have a good voice.
no, I was like, heck no, I'm not doing that. The first time I ever sang, I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Right.
Felt completely naked.
Yeah, it's scary.
Not doing it ever again. Kind of still how I feel every time I get up to sing. After singing a few hours and I'm like shaking in my boots.
Where are you singing?
American Idol.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's big.
I can say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So me and Jelly are performing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I love Jelly Roll.
He's the best.
I've talked about him like 50 times on this podcast.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on yet. He's coming though.
Oh, good.
One way or another, I'm gonna get him to come.
Teddy bear.
He's awesome.
He's such a sweetheart. And he's largely like what we're talking about. He's like an example of that, of being just super honest. But I grew up and I would just say that gave me like the message in which I want to write songs that are transformational to people, not just entertainment, but like could actually create an encounter. And that's what King of Hearts tour will be about. It's like, I'm not just here to entertain you. Like we're setting the stage for like a real encounter, a real experience to happen. And I think that's what this generation too, like those younger than me are looking for. They're looking for real. They want something experiential.
I think so.
They want something transformational. Like, don't just entertain me. Like, give me something real that's going to help my life. And I don't think there's anything more powerful or more true than the truths than we find in the Bible. And I just get the honor of wrapping those up in a creative way through a song that is trusted. Like I could read you some scriptures and I believe it would transform your life if you really took them to heart. But I think a sneaky way to do that for a generation that might be uninterested is to put it to a melody and say it in a way that like Brandon would regurgitate that truth. And then you're like, holy crap, like that feels real to me. I want,
Yeah. And I think that your job, and this is just what I think at the end of the game, the personal relationship with someone and God is between the two of them. And that your job is...
I can never know what your relationship is really like.
Right. You can never know the inside.
Because the real relationship is actually what happens at 3 a.m.
And when they're alone,
and when you're
there,
alone. Yeah.
And the only thing you can do is share and comfort and support.
So the next time you're having a freak out at 3 a.m., maybe you're like, Brandon told me to trust this man.
Yeah, or that song hits them the right way, and it gives them hope.
Yeah,
and it keeps them walking forward in their life one more day. And you don't know the journey someone's on, but you hope that they find their way. I actually think we all just want each other to actually grow and be okay. And I actually feel like that 95% of us, I think there are probably about 5% of people that are just pure evil. Is that bad to say?
That might be a low percentage.
Maybe. But I actually think it's probably something like 5% that are just psychopaths.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know why. I'm not even judging them. I'm saying like maybe they were like maybe they
need real deliverance.
But man, they're probably just like bad eggs. Yeah. Just bad apples. But the rest of the people, I actually think everybody wants everyone to be okay. And everybody's looking for hope. Everybody's looking for encouragement. Everybody's looking for something that makes me look up and go towards.
Yeah.
Up, not down. And so I want to be a generative, energetic person who lifts people up. When I walk in a room, people smile, not frown.
Yeah.
Or like people are happy to see me. That's the kind of person I want to be.
Yeah.
And I want other people listening. That's why I do the show. I want them to listen and understand how they deserve happiness. They deserve to love themselves. They deserve to feel special. I really believe that. I do not like it when I hear people go, "Oh, that everybody gets a trophy." That's not what I'm saying. Everybody is actually special and they have something to offer, but we have to search. And that's why feeling is important, because we get called with feeling. We get called by a feeling to go this way. We were actually designed with these alarms where if there's bad, we run away. And if there's good, we're like, so we have to listen to a feeling and get called and go towards. And that's, I think, how we find our way in life. When you could say the Holy Spirit for you. You could say, I pray. And I was going to ask you when you were like, I was asking God, well, how does God talk to you?
Yeah, very, it's not an audible voice. Honestly, I believe I have the Holy Spirit like within me. There's a real relationship with the unseen, essentially, presence of God. It's why Jesus left. He gave us the Holy Spirit. He's called the Comforter. He's called it's like our friend, right? And for me, it's a lot of time it is that feeling like you're talking about. It's that gut feeling.
It's like call,
but it's like beyond me.
Right.
It's like it's that thing. It's like, that was not my thought, or that's not my feeling, because actually I want to do this, but I know that's going to hurt me. But I feel like something unique, Holy Spirit, is nudging me. Largely comes in the form of a nudge. It's the same nudge that goes, whoa, hold on. Don't walk past that person. You need to stop.
Right. Don't go down that alley.
Tell that. Exactly. He's a protector. But I think he also highlights things and goes, hey, you need to walk up to that person and just go, you know what? Keep fighting. You like the person who made you desperately loves you and is obsessed with you. Do not give up on life. And then you find out later, like that person was about to commit suicide. It's like those kind of things, right? It's that discernment. And for me, that's like everything. And it can be as simple as like, God, am I supposed to do this event or am I supposed to stay home? And I don't always get it right. I think that's a part of the relationship, is like, I'm learning his voice. And sometimes I'm like, yo, did I eat something weird? Or is that actually God like telling me something's up here? A discernment with people. That person doesn't actually have your best interest. They're trying to sneak in your back pocket. You know, like it's all of those things. That's why I'm like, this isn't like a God splits the sky. The relationship with the Holy Spirit doesn't look like God splits the sky and it's so incredibly obvious. I think God only ever gives you about 80% so that you actually have to take a leap of faith. And then you learn from that experience. I don't know if there's very few moments that I'm like, I know 100% that God's saying this, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Of course. I think that's what keeps you also like in that relationship, is like, I need to know what to do. I don't want to take another step without your direction, because this could go very bad very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many people, man, like on top of the world, and then one bad move. Dude, I'm subject to the same thing. That's why I need God daily. Like,
yeah. How do you reconcile the fame part of your job?
I'd say the best way I deal with fame is having a group of people at home that know me best, that they are proud of me, but not impressed by me. They've known 15-year-old Brandon. They know that 34-year-old Brandon, what I'm experiencing now isn't solely because of my gift and what I've done myself. They're like, dude, God is using him in incredible ways, but like, he couldn't have done any of that without God. And that's what I believe too. And I think it's recognizing the balance of like, this is a God thing, but also like, I'm not going to be falsely humble and say that I haven't worked incredibly hard to get here, you know? Like,
and that you don't enjoy a show where everyone's singing along and it's a big, like event.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Very few people get to experience what I'm doing now. And so I treat it with like as much gratitude as I possibly can. I think gratitude puts you back in a really healthy mind space. You know, whether that's you're on the mountaintop or you're in the deepest valley, like if you can find some things just to be grateful for, like it kind of recenters me. And I think coming home and like I said earlier, like celebrating playing football in the yard with my kids, just like I got another number one or 15,000 people showed up to my show, like rewiring
football with the kids is that's the win.
Is epic. And
that's what makes you the winner, I think.
100%. I would rather be known for the way, and I say this even though like it would be really hard if it was like, if I was only known for being an amazing husband and father. I'm saying this going, I want to be known more for being an incredible father and husband.
I feel the same way.
And that would be enough.
I feel the same way.
But I have to put this desire for more kind of on the altar every day. And be like, if you give me more, thank you, Lord. Like that's awesome. Another show, another song, another successful something, but keep my heart in a place where I put being the man you've called me to be as the top, like this relationship with you as the top. And I don't always get that right. But I think for me, when people throw glory on you, like they're not trying to, but it kind of is
Human
what it
nature,
is.
Man.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm not going to be the guy though that's like, you're so incredible and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, all glory to God. I just don't know if that's believable though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. And in my heart, that is, but I just be like, you know what? Thank you.
Thank you. I tried my best.
Like, God knows my heart. He knows at this point in time,
that's the truth.
I know.
Is like, if
he
you
knows
really
that
feel
I know
a certain way,
yeah,
that's the truth.
And I don't owe it to anybody to say the perfect Christian way to respond to someone giving you praise.
See, that's what I think. I always kind of meditate on the truth of things is the truth of things, whether I say this or I say that. My question to myself is, how do I really feel? Because I want to try and get to a good place always with the truth.
Right.
Versus what I say to people.
Yeah.
And like, I'm very careful to present myself in any way like that I'm some perfect husband or role model, even though I try really hard.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the honest truth about me is that I'm trying my best. Like, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a good dad. I don't even know if I get it all right. I'm just trying.
None of us.
And I even tell my kids, I'm like, they're teenagers. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I got it all right. But you know what? That's what therapy's for.
Man, one of the most beautiful things I got to experience was me and my dad sat down and did a podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if we have ever sat down for 5 hours, 5 episodes, and just talked about our relationship. He's an amazing leader. He does incredible things across the country with different organizations.
Is he like a pastor?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
And I guess you could say he still is, but he works with organizations, churches, businesses all across America teaching leadership.
Oh, that's cool.
But we kind of dove back into our relationship. And one of the episodes we were like, talk to me about your childhood. What was your perspective? And then Dad, like, what was your perspective? And mine was like, my childhood was freaking awesome. Like, I grew up in the church, which my dad ran. So like, Dude, Friday nights
You
was like
had
family
juice.
fun night. I got made fun of as a PK, but I'm like, you don't know what I get to do on Friday nights.
Right.
We put a movie on the big screen. The baptismal was a jacuzzi, so we turned that on. We skateboarded around the
Oh,
auditorium.
y'all were
and we
sneaking
had basketball.
into the baptism.
Yes, we were.
Jacuzzi.
Yeah. I got
That's
baptized every
actually
Friday.
pretty cool. That's pretty
But
cool.
no, like,
Do they do
it was
anything to the
incredible.
water to make it like more like? Is there any process to make the water like holier?
more holy?
Yeah.
No, dog,
Okay.
it's water. It's
Okay.
symbolism.
I didn't
you
know. I didn't know. It's
No,
symbolism. Okay.
It's just water.
Okay.
It's just water. At my church, I don't
Yeah.
know what other people do. I mean, there's
I don't
probably some
know.
chlorine in there, so there's some also extra symbolism of like
Yeah.
you are getting clean, dog. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I had an incredible upbringing, and so I'm basically just saying everything was awesome.
Right.
I don't remember my dad ever yelling at me. I don't remember, and that's my story. I know it's not many, like, but I was very blessed. And then I get to hear his side of the story, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I remember just failing over and
That's how it
over and
feels.
yelling at you, and you drove me insane at this point, and I remember losing my temper here." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Oh man, I would think, every week, just like, where am I failing my kids? I'm like, that's probably most of us. Like,
What was the worst trouble you got in?
I got taken home in a cop car one night because I broke into a neighborhood pool at a slide.
That happens.
And
Just trying to have a good time.
and my buddy like busted his chin open. Like, I think his contacts came out. He slipped on his slide. There's blood everywhere or whatever. We ended up sleeping in a car, and cop knocks on the window, and I was like 16 or something like that. So I got taken home in the cop car. And when your dad's a pastor and you show up at the front
That'll
door, it's
scare
not-
you enough, though.
Yeah.
To the cop car.
I think that's and then I got in trouble for peeing in public once.
Oh, wow. I mean, but peeing in public, as long as you were trying.
No one was around, but it was outside.
Right. But you were trying to find a good spot to pee.
Yeah.
You didn't just pee.
No.
You're like,
it was
oh,
like
that like corner over there looks
it was
pretty
in
good.
the marsh. It was along the water, and the cop just happened to pull up while I was zipping up.
That's not fair.
Yeah, it's not. I'm searching for something.
Yeah. That doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
My dad was a man with a lot of faith. That's how I kind of learned about God. But he had two sides. On one hand, he was trying to be honest, and he had a lot of faith, and he really was. That was a real side of him. On the other hand, he was like a raging alcoholic, and came from a rough place and had all kinds of things he was up against. And I always saw him struggle with the two.
Yeah. Like the angel and the demon on each shoulder.
Yeah, in the end, I feel like he worked it out. I didn't get to have a conversation with him before he passed, but
sorry.
That's okay. We had a great we ended up we always had a complicated relationship, but we ended up with a great relationship in the last 10 years.
It's awesome.
And like man to man, really good relationship. And I learned a lot in that 10 years about myself.
Yeah.
I learned how much stuff I got from him that I didn't ever want to admit because I was always so angry at him. And it was really nice. But I actually think he had one of the most honest relationships with God. And in the end, I think I could just tell he was at peace. Like he was at peace with it.
It reminds me of the scripture. I don't know where it's at, but someone asks or says, "I believe, but Lord, help my unbelief."
Yeah.
And I think that's like where a lot of us are. It's like,
Yeah.
I believe, but man, help my unbelief. And I think it's okay. I think he understands that we hold both in the same breath.
I think people don't realize that if you don't learn to love yourself, you don't believe God loves you. And you gotta love. I actually think God wants us to love ourselves as well. I think God wants us to love the creation of like what, if you believe, right? If you're a believer in that and God created you, then you need to love the creation.
Yeah.
Like you need to take care of it, love it, hold it preciously. Like you hold yourself as precious as you would your kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't just throw it away. And I think that is what I saw. What I think I saw that struggle with my dad was he was always struggling to love himself. Like I'm good. I'm special enough. I'm important enough that someone could love me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I found like the same struggle in my early life was a lot of the work I spent on the last 15 years of my life was just getting a relationship.
Yeah.
With myself.
Yeah.
Where I would take care of myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think a lot of people could say, I love God, but they've never allowed God to love them, which I think is that's step one to like loving yourself, is letting God love you. If he's the one that made us. One of the most powerful exercises I ever did is definitely emotional, and like, dudes hang with me, because it's like not something that feels comfortable to do.
Okay.
But I literally had somebody kind of lead me in this thing, and I just took out a sheet of paper, and he's like, I want you to ask God why he loves you, what he thinks about you, and why he likes you. And I'm like, first minute or two,
and then like whatever comes to mind is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, tell me. Okay. So
that's
then
a good exercise.
I'm having a conversation, very like incredible therapy, but like with the one that made you, and probably the most important therapy. And so I just sat there and I was like, Lord, like, why do you love me? And not just love me, but like, why do you like me?
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about me?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say about me? You know? And I started,
what did he tell you?
Hearing some things.
That jawline?
I think it was actually that. What'd you say?
That jawline?
That jawline. I'm still waiting on my beard to come in. So
you got a good beard.
I have some tension with God on that.
It's tough.
I would take that, dude. I'm so
patchy.
thin, like it's patchy. Peach fuzz. I think actually I kind of gave it away, but I remember being like, God, why do you love me? And I feel like one of the first things he said, he was like, I don't just love you, I like you. And then he started to like just tell me other things, and there was nothing like incredibly like it was just a lot of like I love your sense of humor. I love that you tend to see the kid that sits at like the end of the table that no one else notices, like your compassion, the way you love to encourage people, blah blah blah. Like, but then like probably some more personal things too, of just that were deep insecurities of mine. And it was incredibly healing, and that kind of started to make me love myself more and appreciate, even what I looked at as flaws and insecurities, and started to appreciate like, hey, God made me this way.
That's amazing.
So like, how do I love other people through that, And because it's hard to love people with a fraction of yourself if you only love a fraction of yourself.
Yeah, it's hard to
love
people.
But if I'm confident and I'm secure, man, like it's easy. It's easy. It flows out of you,
I feel like my original position and my set point is always like, I like most people. I really do. I don't have a problem with most people.
Yeah, right.
I really don't. I find myself, when I meet people, I like them.
You're a very loving person. You could tell. Very embracing.
I just like people.
Yeah.
And I like to like kind of, and
I think that's a quality you were made to have.
And I think my wife really affected me, because she is the most.
Yeah.
She's from another planet. She doesn't judge one person. She has no take.
Right.
She doesn't have a position.
Yeah.
Like a strong position on anything. She's literally the sweetest, funniest, and the world has been so hard on her.
Right.
Like, and the character of her in the world is so different from the person that is like raising my kids.
Isn't that hard as a husband? Partner.
Yeah, because you want to go out and fight everybody. That makes like, and most people are like, well, that's what you get for being a rich kid of a famous person. And you're like, well, is it?
Why does it have to be that way?
She's just born in the world and found herself. Yeah. Did she choose her life? She was adopted. And she's got a very interesting life that she didn't choose, but she's lived it really well. She's lived it with a lot of grace. And she's, when you spend time with her and you partner, we've been partners now going through the world together. Right. There's no one else that I could think of that has more love for all things and all people and doesn't see anything.
Yeah.
She's extremely special. The world gets to see this one little aspect of her that is almost like where she hides. Her beauty, her comedy, the way she moves through the world is almost like that's a costume she puts on to survive the world. But when you experience the person in real life, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's just this like graceful, angelic, loving, sweet, funny, great mother, great. We have dogs and cats and chickens, and she loves things.
Same as my wife.
You know what I mean?
We have a million animals, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she made me more, I think,
Yeah. A
like
lover
put
of
my
people.
guard down, put my dukes down,
Yeah.
and like
My wife's
stop
the same way.
fighting the world. You know, I think the early part of my life early on made me angry, defensive, more likely to suspect versus accept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then meeting her, it feels like that was what I needed to like fully develop
Yeah. Right.
to who I am today.
That's
you know?
the beauty of marriage is like, gosh, where I'm weak, my wife is strong. Where she's weak, I think maybe have a little bit of strength. But
What's your favorite thing about your wife? Or
gosh,
three
I would
things.
have to say like just her heart for like wanting justice and just extreme compassion for people. And I would say she's very similar to your wife in that she loves everyone. I would say maybe not quite everyone. She has the hardest time with people that are being fake or
hurting
wouldn't
people.
or hurting people wouldn't be the person to slow down and like that drives her absolutely insane. Like how in the world? And
I would
she's
say my
such a
wife's probably-
tender heart,
Yeah.
which is why I think she might love animals more than people. She's jokingly asked me, she's like, do you think I love animals more than people? And I'm like, no, I just think there's a really beautiful thing about you that like you have that tendency to just really, really love animals because
that's
you have
you
that feeling
inside.
you want to shepherd, you want to take care of, you want to nurture, like that's,
And they're pure.
Yeah.
Animals are pure. They're innocent. They don't have but also I will say like my wife is similar to yours. Like if someone's bad, I know it because my wife goes, whoa, no, that person, there's
Why
bad
does
energy.
the wife
That's
always
bad.
have better discernment?
Yeah.
That's why I jokingly call her my second Holy Spirit, because I'm like, if Brittany's telling me something's up, like I know something's up.
Yeah.
You know,
You
she
know
rarely ever,
something's wrong.
if ever, is she kind of wrong about a situation or a person. And it might not be that person's bad. It might just be like, yo, they're operating out of a weird place right now, you know? And so I'm really thankful for that because I can kind of get into the place of just everyone's welcome and like, who am I to like push anyone away, especially being somebody that now has influence.
Yeah. You don't want to deny
It has
anyone.
been really, really hard to like narrow in my friend group.
Right. You
Like
have
I've
to.
almost rebuked that whole thing of like, no, your circle needs to get tighter. I'm like, no, it doesn't. I can handle it. And then I start taking on everyone else's problems and feelings and all
you
that.
you don't want everyone to feel like they can chime in because you're bored of who you get your advice from has to be people that you respect, trust, admire. They got to have some stuff you don't have.
More than ever,
And and so you want your board of directors, the people that you get your information from or that you consult with and go, hey, what do you think the move is here?
I got to trust them with my life. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's rings. I think there's rings.
Yeah,
There's
that's
the
a
inner
good way of
circle.
putting it. Yeah.
There's the outer circle, the outer, the outer, and it goes out.
Yeah.
And some people move in and out. Like, but I do think that like in life period, everyone should have a trusted source of people who they know want the best for them, that aren't afraid of their success, believe in them, critical, but that will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And that you don't always have to agree, but we can tell each other, this is what I think.
Yeah.
And you know that I'm just coming from an honest place and I'm telling you what I think. And then you have that information and you can go forward. And me and my brother and our little, like the group of people that our wives, I would say the four of us are like this.
Yeah. Right.
And we consult across all of these things. And then we have our close friends. We could go around on something and disagree and end up either where we started or to a place where I'm like, you know what, man, I actually don't care about this as much as you do. I'm going to like trust your gut.
Yeah.
You know, and like you end up with these like,
yeah,
it's a real thing. You got to have, I think, an inner circle.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, your wife being number one, I think.
Gotta be.
She's such, my wife is so good. Like at going, is that, or yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
So you got the new record.
Yeah.
Tour.
New record, tour.
What else are you excited about for this next chapter?
Oh
this
man,
album
probably
cycle or this next few years.
Probably the unknown. The past few months have been filled with so many like, gosh, I didn't see that coming. That was not on my bingo card, you know? And it's been wild. I think I'm most excited about relationships and just some really, really cool people that I've just met, or I know I'm going to get the opportunity to meet and collaborate with and write with, or just to have relationship with and learn from, and kind of dipping my toes in the country space. It's been wildly surprising how many, I don't say this like a braggy way, but like going to the country radio kind of experience and sharing this song, I ran into so many people that like knew who I was. And then I realized how there's a very fine line between like faith-based music and country music. And I just grew up on so much of it. It was like really cool to know, like I got to collaborate with Rascal Flatts. Like I grew up on their music. And Lainey Wilson, who I look up to a ton, who has an incredible faith, but doing incredible things, like connected with her. And so
I love Lainey Wilson.
She's amazing.
She was on the show.
I saw it. She's saw it. It made me so fired up.
I love her. She's so cool.
And like we ran up to each other, and it was like we said like the same thing to each other. I was like, I feel like you're my sister I've never met.
So
she's like,
cool.
I feel like you're my brother.
That's how I felt.
My brother. And
she's so funny, man. She's so good.
And she's so good. And she was so sweet. And so we're trying to link up and whatever, just be friends, but maybe write some songs and stuff. And I would say there's a handful of those kind of people where I just am excited to be friends. And again, just glean from people that are a little further along the road than me that I can learn from, and make sure I stay doing this really well. And hopefully I can deposit some things as well and create stuff that's going to change people's lives, gives them hope to go get through another day. But I'm really excited about the tour because a gal named Franny Cash is coming out, and she's just an incredible artist that I believe has the potential to absolutely blow up. Mm-hmm. Similarly to what you said about me, just very much pioneering a new era of like, okay, this doesn't sound like what Christian music did, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. She's incredible. Pat Barrett, who's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, another guy the world needs to know about, incredible songwriter. It's going to be an incredible experience because I have amazing people that are coming out with me. So even if you don't like me, you should come out, hear them. But it's going to be incredible because it's not your grandmama's Christian concert, although grandmamas are coming out everywhere, dude.
Grandmas are awesome, bro.
I did this song that's like, I want to show you, but
grandmas are a necessity.
And I'm really surprised how many grandmas love to rock.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. I had a set of grandmas and grandpas at one of my shows not too long ago. And they were sitting through the whole show. And then I get into my most rock and roll song that I thought would like send them out the room. And that was the one song they stood up for. And
that was
like,
the one.
I love this song.
Yeah.
So it's an experience. I believe it's a life-changing experience, or has the potential to be. Yeah. And then, this record, it's filled with, 16, 18, 19, 20 songs. The regular
it's a good record.
The record that comes out in 2 days, you will hear 16 songs, and then maybe a few days later, it'll move to like 19 or 20 or something like that.
Bonus.
Yeah, we got a deluxe coming out.
That's great, man.
And it's like I said, there's a song for everybody. Even if you're into like pop, rap, there's literally something on there for every single person. Country, rock and roll, really just beautiful. It'll make you want to rock out, maybe make you cry. And so I'm really pumped on it, and had an amazing team, amazing producers work on it. So I'm proud of it.
Oh, you should be.
Yeah. And
Congrats.
I think it communicates a message that is what we've been talking about. I named it King of Hearts because, and that's a song on the record that's about the thief next to Christ on the cross. Scum of the earth, you could say, and yet Jesus looks over at him and he's like, today you'll be with me in paradise. He's known as the King of the universe, King of creation. We largely look at him as this like God up there looking down, maybe with a finger pointed down. But I don't think any of those are as important as him being King of hearts. That's what he's after.
Yeah.
Is our heart.
That's cool.
And doesn't matter how dirty, like the bridge is like King of the lost, King of the lowly, King of the poor, King of the broken, King of the gone too fars, King of the critic, King of the misfit, like King of the brand new starts, King of hearts. And that's what I want to communicate to people is he might not exactly be, for some of you, this God that you were taught that is like looking at you to be perfect or measure up or whatever. think he's a God who just wants to be your friend, your father, help you through life, have a real relationship. If you believe in him and trust him, he can do incredible things in your life. And that's what I hope this record does for people is helps them realize that, like, how loved they are.
I'll tell you what, after sitting with you, which I love doing this show because I get to sit with so many cool people.
Yeah.
But
I'm jealous.
What strikes me is you're just being yourself and you don't mince words. You say what you think. You say, you're literally saying what you want to say. And I think that is why you're going to continue to succeed in the world, because we need people to tell us what they think and what they feel and what they know and what they believe, and not mince words and beat around the bush.
Yeah.
We're all so tired of people beating around the bush of what they think and what they believe. I think that's the most powerful thing that you can do, is continue to be yourself, say what you think and what you believe and what you feel, and keep pouring that into your music and just keep going into the world and don't hesitate.
Yeah.
But I feel that now.
Cool.
Like, you don't hesitate. I hesitate all the time. I have a very hard time articulating sometimes what I believe or what I think or how I feel. And when I sit with someone that knows what they think and knows what they believe and doesn't beat around the bush, says it to you, it's powerful. And I think that's why you're going to continue to succeed, is you just got to be yourself at all costs. Don't worry about any of it.
Yeah.
And on all sides, right? I think it's powerful to make music that can cross over boundaries. People are always going to put boundaries around us.
For sure.
So you say, oh, you're a Christian artist, or you're this, or you're that. Don't listen to anyone. Just keep doing, and don't try to please anyone.
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you believe. And I think you'll continue to break through any limit that, but I think that's where you're at. I mean, you're living proof that that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Your big shows, collaborating with artists across all these different areas that, like, you just feel. You're like, oh, I want to collaborate with Lainey Wilson. Great. I want to work with Jelly Roll. Great. Who knows who you're going to work with? But
yeah,
as
y'all hit me up.
Yeah, as long as you stay true, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to waver on the truth, but, like, hopefully I'll stay in a place where I'm going to do it authentically and go, dude, I'm the first person to tell you I do not have it all together, but I'm trying. And I just want to go along this journey with some awesome people and help people. And, man, thank you for taking a moment to, like, preach to me. Like, I needed to hear that. Like,
well, yeah,
because, like you said, you don't hesitate. I don't think I hesitate to tell you the way I feel and what I believe. But, like, with these opportunities I'm getting, I have a moment where I'm going, I hesitate and go, gosh, can I do this, Lord? Like, am I good enough? Am I blah, blah, blah? Like I'm about to go do something that, like, actually everything that I do it afraid. I do it afraid. So I'm just like every other person in that, like,
well, I think that's healthy fear, though. I think it's the healthy fear of riding a big wave. It's like a surfer that respects the wave he's surfing.
Yeah.
If we're surfing the wave and it's a big one, we have to respect what's at stake.
Yeah.
The higher we get when we're surfing that wave, the faster it goes, or whatever it is, the higher mountain you can climb to see, well, I just did that one. I wonder if I could do that one. Well, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
And then you get up there and you look down and you're like, whoa. So I think that's healthy.
Yeah. It's great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I love what you're doing.
Thanks, man.
And I just think you just got to keep being yourself.
Yes, sir.
And I can't wait to watch this record play out for you.
Thank you.
Hopefully, maybe like come to a show or something.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Sing some Creed.
Hop on the stage, dude.
Sing some Creed.
We'll do some freaking good Charlotte. It would be amazing.
Okay. All right.
I've been listening to it, like, bringing it back, dude.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it was like we listened to our whole way here. I'm like, gosh, these songs rip, dude.
Back in the day.
So good.
Our new song's out and our record's coming in the fall. So
come on.
Yeah, man.
Check out our records, y'all.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so
Thanks,
cool.
Brandon.
Thank you for having me on. So incredibly honored.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom. I'm better for it.
Thanks, man. Thank you for listening to Artist Friendly. We really appreciate it. If you like the show, you can also follow us on Spotify. You can follow us on Instagram at artist.friendly. And you can watch us on YouTube and Veeps. Leave comments. I always read them. See you next time.